We Become Untrue to Ourselves by Felix B. Bautista. To the distinguished members of Board of Judges, my fellow contestants, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. With all the force and vigor at my command, I contend that we have relaxed our vigilance, that we have allowed ourselves to deteriorate. I contend that we have lost our pride in the Philippines, that we have no longer considered it a privilege and an honor to be born a Filipino. To the Filipino youth, nothing Filipino is good enough anymore. Even their Filipino names no longer suit them. A boy named Juan does not care to be called Juanito anymore. No, he must be Johnny. A girl named Virginia would get sore if she was nicknamed Biring or Binang. No, she must be Virgie or Jeannie. Roberto become Bobby, Maria, Mary, or Marie. And because they have so Americanized, because they have looked down on everything Filipino, they now regard with contempt all the things that our fathers and our fathers' fathers held dear. They frown on kissing the hands of their elders, saying, "That is unsanitary." They don't care for Angelus saying, "That is old-fashioned." They belittle Condiman because it's so deeply sentimental in comparison to Justin Bieber and Miley Cyrus' hip and upbeat music. But which genre speak more wisdom? Lumang simbahan or party in the USA? Is it Magtanim Ay Di Biro or the lazy song? Are we going to allow ourselves to stoop down in mediocrity just to be called in? I don't think so. They don't even respect the elderly anymore. If you happen to pass by an elder and a little kid, you would notice that there's an invisible barrier that's missing. It is called respect. Hopefully, po and opo will not be an endangered Filipino tradition, just like kissing our grandparents' hands. We don't want the basic cell of our nation to be polluted by another country tradition through media poisoning. Elders are no longer perceived as wise men and women in this country, but wrinkled and senile being. How many hours do you spend talking to your parents and grandparents for wisdom? Next question. How many hours do you spend on Mark Zuckerberg's Facebook and other social media networks? How many hours do you spend playing that online RPG called Dota or Mobile Legend? Without realizing it, this thing obviously made our priorities in life disproportionate. The youth are what they are today because their elders, their parents, and their teacher have allowed them to be such. They are incongruities because they cannot be anything else. And they cannot be anything else because their elders did not know enough or did not care enough to passion them and to mold them into Filipino pattern. This easing of the barriers that would have protected our Filipinism, this has resulted in something more serious. I refer to the depolarization of our economic life. Let's face it economically. speaking, we Filipino have become inhabited by a Filipino who do you act and talk like a Filipino. We are the witness to the pathetic side of a Philippines controlled and dominated and run by non-Filipinos. We have become untrue to ourselves. We have become traitor to the brave Filipino who fought and died so that the liberty might live in the Philippines. We have betrayed the trust that Rizal reposed on us. We are not true to the faith that energized Bonifacio, the faith that made Gregorio del Pilar cheerfully lay down his life at the Tirad Pass. Indeed, we have become untrue to ourselves.